It's important to know why to get a claim of the life. I'd like you to listen to an excerpt from a recent podcast of two postmasters to comprehend a little bit more about the reasons behind the claim of the life, the quantum grammar, the reasons behind wanting to come out of the birth certificate system as a fact with the claim of the life so that you can begin your journey boarding the system that the Postmaster-General, Russell-J. Gold has put in place for the citizens of the world to help them move their vessels as it runs parallel to the old system.
I studied all their laws, all their codes, all their rules, and I fought them in court every time they beat me up. You can't do that, and you can't do this. We're not going to let you do this or that. And then I met Dave, and Dave said, "Do you want to know what the key is?" I said, "Well, heck yeah!" And he said, "It's the grammar," and that stunned me. And I thought, well, it's just one more thing to learn, so I'll learn it. And so that's what I started studying, and that's the only thing that I've seen. I've had reactions like in the courts, like we're not to go there anymore because the courts are closed under the martial law. But when we were still going there, I saw reactions. I saw these people get up and run. And then they were scared. I saw people shaking. The papers were shaking in their hands. They were so scared. So and it works. I've made it work since then with the things that Russell has taught me on the postal mechanics end of things, on how to control your contracts, and I control my bank accounts. I control all kinds of things that I deal with on my daily basis, on my daily life and my daily matters, and it works. It works. I'm telling you, it just stops them dead in their tracks.
And what do you think actually works? What is the mechanic that works, and what are you working toward?
Well, in everything, you see, it's never about what they're saying and what they're doing. Oh, look what the government's doing now. Look at the law they're passing now. It's not about that. It's about govern yourself or be governed. See, when I first met Russell, I asked him. I said, "So this is all about admiralty law?" And he said, "No, it's about shipping." And so then he got us studying and learning and stuff on the shipping mechanics and the postal mechanics to understand the shipping and navigation of our vessels. And that is what really made the difference, is starting to work like that to control your contracts. Because one of the things that he told us to study right away, which I recommend to all my students, is Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 12B1 through 12B7, to familiarize yourself with that on the mechanics of the actual statement of a claim. And I have what I share with my students, of course, is a corrected version of that. And like Russell talks about, you'll hear him say Title 18, 1001, 1342. He rattles off all these title states, and what everybody has to comprehend. Because I had one fellow at a meeting when I got very upset. He said, "Well, you're using all their codes and all their rules," and he left before I had a chance to explain to him, "No, we're not." In Russell's claims, if you see them on the paper, it says Title 18, and then after that, it'll say Document Contract Claim Section, which is Russell's corrected version. So it's something that we're talking about. We're standing on correct syntax grammar. We're not standing on their fiction grammar garbage. So that's your anchor, your foundation, your drogue law, so to speak. And so when you get control of these contracts, what works is like, okay, how do I explain this? I had a lady contact me, for example, saying that she had YouTube removed her post, took down her video and stuff, and shut her down. And she wanted to hire a lawyer, said, "I'm hiring a lawyer and I'm going to sue them." And I just laughed at her and I said, "You can't. How? You're in usury. You're the beneficiary of a free service. Whereas you're standing to complain or have any terms where are they bound to perform?" So what I told her to do, and what I do with these cases, and I don't know, Russell might have, like, I'm not the expert on this stuff. I've kind of fumbled my way along with what I've learned from him, but I tell them to download the YouTube same as terms of service, downloads, and print them off in hard copy, and then syntax them. And by syntaxing them, it means basically, syntaxing means to identify what part of speech each word in every sentence is. So you prove by doing that there is no nouns in their syntax, in their sentences, which proves that there's no fact, which proves that it's false and misleading statements. So you vacate their claims, and then you come in with your own claim.
Gordon, if you have a live life claim, what does that actually do for a person specifically?
Well,
what's the point?
It demonstrates that you have knowledge, that you can read and write, correct, that you can state a claim. Because how can you state a claim if you can't read and write correct? It is evidence that you are a live life claimant that can be damaged and can make a claim. Otherwise, there is nothing. There's nothing else out there. That name on the birth certificate can't make a claim because it's a fiction. See, your name punctuated, that first, the colon in front of your name is equal to the positional phrase for the. The hyphen joins your first name and your middle name together as a compound fact or compound phrase. And the second colon in one space is equal to the positional phrase of the. So my name written like that, as it is in the chat here, says for the Gordon Michael of the Schiller, which is correct. They taught you this in school, and everybody should remember this. They taught you this in school. You must have, they called it a prepositional phrase. We don't use that word, but a positional phrase in order to establish a noun. Only nouns are facts. Okay. So that's the point. So you vacate their stuff and then you step in with your own claim. I'm a fact claimant. Here's my claim now for the control of this. And I put, when I syntax their stuff, what I put in here is a postmaster. So that I am the postmaster on the contract, because you see, the seat of the government is a general post. The seat of every government on planet Earth is a general post under the Universal Postal Union, or the Global Postal Corporation is what it really is, which Russell has all captured now and brought under his flag, under the correct syntax grammar, where nobody can lie to you. Okay, he's created this wonderful thing for us, and he's given it to the planet. If the people would just wake up and grab a hold of it.